Hello and welcome in, Magic the Gathering players. Much love. Travis here, bringing you your daily dose of MTG action. Put on the bottom with Infectity, Affinity, Infect. Although, again, arguably Affinity is already in an Infect deck, but we are moving on in the Inkmoth plan. We've got Vector Asps, we've got Tainted Strikes, and we've got the optimal dose of magic for you, and with some bonus discussion, as always, things that I've found helpful that I think you might find helpful as well. Okay. So, let's get right into it for today. I've had a few things on my mind, helpful things. One of them is playing not to lose versus going for the win. This is something that I was talking to Filippo, and he was saying one of the most useful things he's learned from Magic is sometimes you have to go for the win because you're going to lose slowly otherwise. And that's totally true in life. Sometimes, right, you have to be willing to be told no. You have to be willing to be told no, right? Soul Warden. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go just for the Signal Pest at this point. I know that the opponent is probably going to. We could put plating on it, which will pretty much force the opponent to Ghost Quarter. Or we could keep it on the Signal Pest and attack for 7. I think I'm gonna do that. It's a tough call either way. Yeah, so if you don't ask, you'll never hear yes, right? Just in the various things. Opponent down to 9. Yeah, it could have been good to make them use that Ghost Quarter, just put them way behind. But I kind of like being able to win from damage or Infect. We're attacking for 6 Infect on this turn. So how this relates to my life is, for a while I definitely had been playing not to lose in various ways, and one of those ways had been what I was doing in my business. I was losing slowly, but now I feel that I'm in a position where I am playing to win now. I'm playing to win, right? There's a lot to win here, and the end goal is much grander of where things could be. I'm sorry if you may sense some tension behind where I'm coming from today, and there is some truth to that as well. Okay, that is gone. Use the ability. Some other stuff going on I'm not going to get into too much, but that's a useful thing, and then you can either answer that in a question or answer it in your head. In what ways in your life have you played to not lose and found yourself losing slowly? And how can you... Ooh, that's a good one. How can you play to win? Three, 6. I think I'm not gonna equip plating because we have the Tainted Strike anyways. Maybe this is incorrect. Tainted Strike for the win. And how are you gonna try to play for the win? Path to Exile, it's gone. Tainted Strike. Well, we could go for the Tainted Strike on Signal Pest. I actually think I'm not going to do it, because if the opponent paths our Inkmoth, the other Inkmoth Nexus, we'll have another turn. We should get one more turn to do this, right? If the opponent had Path to this Inkmoth Nexus, we would really want that Tainted Strike back in our hand to slap on the Signal Pest and get in and get going. It seems like we're going to have an extra chance here, that the opponent is not going to be able to destroy everything that we have this turn. Spectral Procession. Well, that is not actually correct. So I had the win and I did not go for it. And now we are owned by spirits. So I would say that's unfortunate, but I allowed this to happen. But we've drawn a Tezzeret, which is sweet. And we can make a 5/5 Signal Pest. We can make a 5/5 Cranial Plating. Or I'm a sucker for drawing cards. Arcbound Ravager. Yeah, I may have well, I definitely made, I don't know if it was the incorrect play, but a play that didn't work. I didn't go for the win. This is perfect. I was playing not to lose. I didn't want to lose to Path to Exile, so I didn't go for the win, and now we're going to lose to spirits instead, right? Perfect example. Okay, well, alright, well, we're going to win anyways, actually. Thanks to our handy-dandy Tainted Strike. So we're going to activate Inkmoth, attack with everybody. Lifelink doesn't have flying. Alright, well, fortunately we have, it worked out and we got an extra chance, but sometimes in life you get you're one and done. So let's turn him sideways. Okay, attack. And then whichever one gets through free, Tainted Strike is going to give him exactly 10 poison. Sweet. Okay. Got him. They could have the white shoal and a white card in hand. That's the only way. Otherwise, we got him. The game is ended. We got lucky. Hungrier than him. Okay. So, I can imagine things only get worse after sideboard. We might see like a Stony Silence. Yeah, Spectral Procession is insane. Hungrier than him. I kind of like Tezzeret. I just love Tezzeret. I don't kind of like Tezzeret. I love Tezzeret. And I like to draw cards. We might need that to win. I'm going to cut the Hungrier than hims. Keep the Tainted Strikes. And move in. Alright, back here for game 2. And this is a pretty... It's a reasonable hand. Could have mulliganed, but I quite like it. Opponent leads with a Ghost Quarter. Ornithopter is a great draw. So we can go Springleaf Drum, Ornithopter. And the great thing about Ghost Quarter is it cannot cast Spectral Procession, which, as we found out last game, is our bane. That is the card that really owns us. Stony Silence, no, no, oh my god. Screw you, bro. Screw you, asshole. Are you for reals? Are you for reals, bro? Bro, are you reals? Alright, now we need to hope that they have actually nothing else ever. Soul Warden. Johnny's Pride Mate, okay. It's not looking great for the home team, if we're the home team. But we may actually be the away team in this matchup. And Yeah, that Johnny's Pride Mate is getting out of control. So, if I had brought in Thoughtseize instead of Tezzeret, we might have been able to Thoughtseize that Stony Silence. Which is probably worth doing. Yeah, I'm going to concede. It's too big. We're dead. There's a Stony Silence, and the opponent has a Johnny's Pride Mate. So, let's switch it up, and let's get the Thoughtseizes in the deck. We win the match. The opponent conceded. Well, that's the thing about tournaments. That's the thing about the two-man submit deck. Is that a show of disrespect to concede that game when we're totally host? And should we always play in the two-mans so that this never happens, or the hyper-competitive? You decide. Either way, we're coming back with another match tomorrow. This one is kind of concluded unsatisfactorily, but it was a good match, and we had a perfect example of how playing to not lose can lose you the game, and sometimes you will, when you're afraid to lose, you will end up losing, like getting the thing that you were afraid of in the first place. Sometimes you have to just go for the win in Magic and in life, right? So what is something that you have been playing not to lose on and just been losing slowly? And in what way can you go for the win, and how will that make what you're doing better, your life better? Answer in the comments or answer in your head. Thank you, much love, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and if you made it all the way to the end, at the top of the description, take my free Make the Most of Magic lesson, and make sure to subscribe, and thanks to all our patrons. Take care.